Hi, my name's Raymond Davey and I'm going to show you how to use the Blinkdata system. These videos are part of a tutorial series and each video is designed to be quite short to show you specific features. That way you can quickly find what you need to know. In this video I'm going to show you how to log in and how to set up your users. Like most of the videos on this site, we're running under Windows and we're using a Firefox browser. The layouts will be very similar on your tablet or mobile phone device. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we need to do is we need to log in. And to log in, we enter our email and our password. The details for this will be in the email that you were sent when you first signed up. If you've forgotten your password, you can use the forgotten password link. I've entered my login and my password and I'm ready to sign in. Once you sign in, you'll come to the main menu. Now your menu might look a little bit different. It really depends on the settings that have been configured in your software. So in this video we're going to show you how to set up your users, and to do that we go to the settings menu near the bottom. Once we're in the settings menu you'll find there's a lot of things we can change, but we particularly want to look at the two options here called set up users and permission profiles. A permission profile allows you to set up a set of predetermined settings. For example, I can have settings for a sales rep that are completely different to your management staff. We'll come back to the profiles in a little bit more detail later, but for now, notice that there's a couple of profiles here. Let's go back one screen and we'll go to Set Up Users. And when you first set up the system, you'll find that there's one user set up, and that's the user that you used when you first signed up to use Blinkdata. We need to add our next user. So to do this, we use the Add button at the top right of the screen. It wants us to enter an email address, so we'll enter in an email address. And we click on Save. Once we've done this, we're ready to enter the details for this rep. We need to enter his first name and his last name, and then we need to set up some permissions. I've decided to enter Fred Smith as this sales rep's name. The next thing down the screen is our permissions. Now normally you won't want to set up your users as administrators. Administrators can get into the settings screen and they can change the way the system is configured. We'll come back to rep code in a second. The only other thing that we really need to fill in on this screen is the profile. By default, every user that you add is disabled, and we need to select one of those two profiles. So let's set up Fred so that he's a sales rep. Before the user can log in, we need to set their password, and we do this by entering the password in the two fields at the bottom of the screen and then click on Save. If you leave the password blank, Fred won't be able to log in, so make sure you at least enter an initial password. Now while we were adding Fred into the system, we did talk about the sales rep and I skipped it. Let's just jump back to the main menu and have a look at our customers. And you'll notice that the customers have rep codes assigned to them. Now each of these customers is currently unallocated within Blinkdata, but their sales rep code has come from the accounting software. So what we need to do is we need to tell the system what the sales rep code is for Fred. Now Fred's sales rep code should match the one that's in your accounting package, so we're going to enter AJ. So to do this we go back to the menu, back into settings, choose the users, and we'll edit Fred. And we do that by clicking on the edit button. And we'll pop in AJ. Scroll down to the bottom and go Save. But just before we do that, there's one more feature on this screen that you should have a look at. Each staff member can have a manager. Managers can see the records of the staff that work underneath them. So that means that regional managers can see the records for their sales reps. And in the same way, the staff in the office can see an overview of all of the sales reps and all of the sales managers. It's kind of a hierarchical tree. To select the manager, you click on the pull-down list. There's only one person available. If you don't select a manager, the only other person that can see the records will be people that have been set up as administrators. So we've set up Fred, we can click on Save, and Fred's all ready to log into the system. That's the end of this video, and like I said, we want to keep the videos short so that you can get the best benefit in the shortest amount of time. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk again soon.